This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, very good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
Vaidi,
ma'am.
you are audible.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so shall we start with our today's session? So today we are going to basically start with some examples. Okay, so in the data sets, can you find a file called as stock.data.excel file? Is there a file called as stock.data.xls?
Yes, it's there.
Right. So connect to the file stock.data.xls. So now consider this as now these three examples I'm going to share with you. So consider these three examples as a mini test. I mean, obviously you're not going to get graded on that, but consider this as a mini test and try to solve them. Try to solve these examples. So I will share my screen just a moment. So now you have to figure out um, what is the data. You have to clean the data if required. Whatever transformation is required, you have to figure that out. So I am just going to share three questions with you, and I've told you that stock.data.xls is the file which contains the data. Okay. Just give me a second, I'll modify one question.
Vedi, where is the? Do you have shared this file?
Yes,
The
it is
stock
there in
data.
the drive. Yeah.
Okay.
So connect to the data. um, Try to understand the file. So now quickly tell me how many sheets are there in that particular file. Have you connected to that file?
Three seats.
Okay. And
Three
can you tell
seats
me
are
the
there,
name of
ma'am.
the sheet? Can you tell me the name of the sheet?
Amazon, Apple, and Biogen
Biogen
iTech.
and
Biogen iTech.
Amazon. Correct. Yeah, correct. Perfect. So connect to the file, and first of all, to cross check whether you are going in the right track or not, what all transformations are you going to apply? First, tell me that. You can just put it in the chat window also. What transformation do you need? Try to find that out.
Ma'am, first we need to select use first row as headers.
Correct. What
And
else?
after that we have to remove the null values.
Null values. Okay. Anything else? Try to find it out.
And we also can append the data, Amazon and Apple, because the column names
Correct.
are same, I think.
Correct. So we have to append it.
Ma'am, this is Rintu.
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this is Rintu. Ma'am, could you tell me
Yeah.
where to start because I joined a bit late, ma'am.
We are connecting to stock data.excel file, and I have given this task to everyone to solve. There are three questions on the screen. So connect to the file, figure out what all
Okay.
transformations are required, and solve the questions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So quickly drop a yes if you are able to connect to the file. Okay. Okay, so if you are able to connect to the data, um, have you identified the transformations? What all transformations are required?
Yeah,
Promoting header?
hello. By the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, good evening. Sarod this side.
Yeah.
Actually, I just joined 8 minutes late today.
Mm-hmm.
Since 8:80, actually, I am seeing this page only. Have you given any task to perform?
Yes, yes. So we are solving these questions where we have to connect to the stock data. You have to identify what all transformations are to be applied, and then solve the three questions.
Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah, so
And
it's
who is
it's like
data to
a,
connect?
yeah, stock data.excel.
Stock data. Okay.
Okay, one more small pointer. Those who are done with the transformations, if you are trying to solve the questions, you have to solve the questions using charts. Huh? You will not be able to solve it without creating a chart. So connect to the Excel file, bring all the sheets into Power BI, apply necessary transformations, and then using a chart, try to solve these examples. So if you're able to solve the first one, quickly share the answer with me so that I can let you know whether it's correct or not. Yeah, I'll give 2 minutes more to complete the transformation. Then we will see the transformations.
Hi, Vedini. Ashwini this
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Is the answer to first question March 2012 and April 2012?
2012, correct. Yes. March and April 2012, correct.
Yes.
Go for the next one.
I'm still solving.
Yeah.
I was just making sure I'm right or not.
Yes, so basically your transformations are correct now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, funny, correct. March and April 2012 is the right answer.
Ma'am, I couldn't attend last class, ma'am. So could you walk me through the process?
Uh, yeah, sure.
This is Rintu, ma'am.
Actually, yeah, we'll solve it. So I'm giving everyone some 2 3 minutes more to solve, and then I'll solve these examples. So maybe you can wait till then.
Okay, no problem, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, answer to the second question is apple.
Yes, correct. Apple is the right answer. Funny, have you shared the answer for the last question also? Or it's the answer for the second one? Last question, correct. So 2013 is 25 something. Correct. Okay, now we will solve these examples. So those who have already solved them, you can cross-check the answers, and those who have not solved or were not able to solve, you can follow along with me. Okay, so I have already connected the data. So I have connected uh, the Excel file over here, and here you can see where is this doc file? Yeah. So Apple, Amazon, and Biogen. There should be three sheets. Yeah, Apple, Amazon, and Biogen are the three sheets which are over here, and we need to combine them together because all the three sheets are giving the same information about three different companies. Okay, but before going there, the problem is the first row is null, and and that's why the column headers are not read correctly. So that's why we need to first perform the transformations on all the three files. So here we need to remove null. How many? Only one empty row is there. So let's remove rows, and I'm going to remove blank rows. So the first blank row is removed, and promote for use first row as headers. Check the data types, especially the date one. Yes, all the data types are correct. Okay, just a second. Apple will apply the same steps for Apple also. So remove blank rows and use first row as header. Same thing for Biogen.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Where these files are available, ma'am?
These are available in the Drive link. Okay, so now we are going to append the queries, and I'm going to create a new one. So append as new. It's up to you. You want to append in the existing one or a new one? Up to you how you want to do it. So I'll do it in a new one. Amazon and Apple. We have to use the three or more tables because there are three, well, not two, there are three tables. So we are going to use this option, three or more tables, and bring all of them over here. Click OK. Okay. So now it has created the append one. I'm going to call it as stock data. And I will right click and uncheck the enable load so that all these tables will not be there. Again, this is also an optional step. I'm doing it just because I don't want these tables to be displayed in our Power BI desktop. Okay, so these are the transformations which I have applied over here. Now apply and close.
Ma'am, could you share me that link here, ma'am, once again, please?
Yeah, sure. I've shared the link.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay, so now we will continue. Okay, now we have stock data over here. Now what is our first question? First question is, create create a chart to see the monthly change in the volumes of stock beginning from 2010 to 2014. So whenever we want to see monthly changes, which is the appropriate chart?
Line chart.
Line chart,
Line
ma'am.
chart. Correct. Correct. So we'll create a line chart. Okay. And monthly is going to be given by date. We need monthly, so I'm removing quarter and day. Unnecessary information is something we don't want on our chart. And change in the volumes. Okay. And the answer is identified like this. Least fluctuation means the line is almost the straight. There is no up and down over here. Very minimum fluctuation is there, and that's why the answer is March and April 2012. That's the answer. Okay. Now we'll go for the next question. Compare average open value for all the companies across 10 to 14. Which company saw a drop in the value in 2013? So again, it is over the years. So I'm going to create a line chart only. So it's only over the year. So we don't need month, day, quarter. I'm going to keep it year. Average open. So sum of open, change it to average. Okay, and then we will bring company on the legend. For each company we have to observe. So I'll bring company on the legend. So we can see here. So for each company the values are increasing, but this one is Apple. For Apple in 2013 the values are decreasing. So it was increasing till first 3 years, then it decreased in 13. Okay, so that's why the answer is Apple. Okay, then the last question. Create a table chart showing the sum of volume per company per year. Okay, so we have to create a table, volume and company, sorry, company and year. What was the total volume for Apple in 13 and total volume for Apple across all the years? Okay, so instead of creating a table chart, I'm going to create a matrix chart. Just so table and matrix both are almost the same. Only thing is in a matrix chart we have rows and columns. Okay, you have just like Excel, but in table you just have the rows. Okay, so I'll show you the difference between the two. If we create a table chart, it will look like this: company, then here we have year, company, year, and volume. Okay, like this. But instead of that, if I create a matrix chart, it will look like this. So we can bring the year to the columns like this. So this is the benefit of matrix chart. And that's how we get the answer Apple for 2013. This is the answer.
Vaidehi, can you please repeat it again?
Which part?
Last question.
Last one is we are creating a matrix chart because we want to view year and company wise data. Okay, so here I have created a matrix chart, clicked on matrix, and then selected company on the rows. year on the columns. So from here I extracted year to the columns, and then volume in the values. So we get a matrix chart. Okay, I hope these questions are clear to you all. Any doubts, any difficulties?
No, ma'am.
Vaidehi, will you please explain the first one? I'm confused a little bit.
Okay. So first one, we have created a line chart where we are having date, year and month on the x-axis, and sum of volume on the y-axis. That's it. The chart is only just consisting of two fields, date and sum of volume. And fluctuation is what we have to find. Fluctuation means increase or decrease, change in the values. So we can see that there is no change because this line is almost straight. So there is no fluctuation or no change, no significant change in these two months. So that's the answer.
By the way, I have
We
a
are not
question.
taking company.
Sorry.
We do not take it company wise.
No, we are not taking it company wise. We are taking on the entire data. That's
Okay,
that's not mentioned in
okay,
the
okay,
question.
okay.
Yeah, by the way, I have a question.
Hmm.
Yeah, how we will decide that which part to keep in x-axis and which part to keep in y-axis and legend as well?
So, like generally, if you want to see a horizontal chart, your categorical field will go in the x-axis and the numeric field will go in the y-axis. So if you're creating a line chart, so by default your categorical field will go in the x-axis. So you have to understand that how do you want to view your chart. Based on that, you can decide. So x-axis is here, y-axis is over here, right? So based on that, you can,
Or
in fact, many times you don't even have to worry about that. Click on the checkbox and Power BI will do it for you.
okay, for example, for the first question, if I'll go for bar chart or if I'll go for column chart, I want to view make that view in that chart only. Can I do that?
You can create a bar chart, but then when we are displaying the data over months, then bar chart is not the right chart to show the information. So whenever you want to show something over years, over months, line chart is the best option.
Okay.
So you should know which chart to create when which type of fields you have, right? So whenever we have a date field, most of the times we will be creating a line chart, because if you are exploring something on that particular data. Now in this case, in the second example here, why we created a line chart and why not a table? Because here also we had company and year. We could have easily, like, same thing, no, which in which year there was a decrease. Now how will you find that decrease from the numbers? It is so difficult. Here you can see in 2013 this value. Now you have to actually do the subtraction between these values and then find out that where it was a decrease, right? But if you put the same thing or create the same thing using a line chart, it is very easy to understand which is increasing and which is decreasing.
Yes. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how to convert a formula like in mine is showing count of volume. Unable to change to sum of the volume.
uh Counter. Okay, you need to make sure your volume is in the data type of volume is numeric. So go back to your Power Query editor and check the data type over there. The data type has to be numeric.
Ma'am, if you show us once, so that could be helpful for us, ma'am.
Which part? What exactly? I didn't get you.
The
Which
one
part you
first
want me
one
to show you?
because I couldn't last class.
So first chart is
Uh,
just click on line chart,
First question,
bring
ma'am.
year
Comments,
month,
please.
click on the line chart, and then from here select date field, and I have removed quarter and day. I just want year and month wise data, so removing these two. And y axis is what
Okay,
we
ma'am.
need is volume. That's it. Done.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, now let's move ahead. I hope these things are clear to you all. Now we will move on with the next concept of modeling the data. Okay, so now for data modeling, make sure that your global superstore tables are there in your Power BI. Okay, so quickly drop a yes if you have all the global superstore related tables ready in your Power BI, because we are going to do data modeling on that. Okay, great. So what I am going to do in my workbook is other ones are also there and we don't need them. So I will just hide them using we were working on country population and all, but I will just uncheck enable load so that we will focus only on global superstore. Cafe sales also for now I will hide the tables. Yeah, okay. So now I have only four tables. Stock data I have kept because we may solve some examples on stock data as practice. So I have kept it there. So now we need four tables: products, orders, delivery locations, and customers. Okay. Now we know that orders are being placed by customers and we have customer ID. Now, what if I want to analyze something like this, that from which location or which market, like if you expand delivery location, see, you have a field called as market. So from which country or which market has how many orders are placed, what are the sales across markets, or there are different customer segments over here. So what all different segments are there, how many orders are placed from each customer segment. So now these tables need to be connected to each other, and to connect these tables together we have to model our data. Okay, so data modeling or data model we have to create, and that is done using these black color lines, and they are called as relationships. So Power BI will automatically detect the relationships, like customer ID is common in the two tables, so it has automatically detected the relationship in this case. So you can see that orders and customers are already related to each other. Okay, even other tables are also kind of connected. You can see here orders and products are also connected based on the common column called as product ID. Okay, but there are some other tables like delivery locations. So if you look at the delivery location table, it is not connected, and the simple reason behind that is the common column is there, that is city ID is the common column between orders and delivery locations. But the problem is that Power BI is not able to recognize the common column. And the reason is that here we have location ID in orders table, and in delivery locations table we have city ID. Since we have different name of the columns are same but the names are different, and that's why Power BI is not able to recognize the common columns. Okay, and that's what we have to do it manually now. So how to do that manually, let us see. Okay, so what we will do, click on CTID and just sorry, drag and drop it on location ID. Make sure you're dropping it on the right column, huh? City ID, drop it on location ID. And all this we are doing in the model tab. So all these four tables should be connected to each other with the help of relationships. Hover on each of the relationship and check whether they are connected with the right columns or not. Quickly do this and then let me know. Drop a yes in the chat window once you're done with this.
Vaidehi, will you please explain this modeling from the start?
Yeah.
I also didn't get anything. It's what we have to do. I still have those earlier Amazon Apple buyers and customers in right hand side. So how do we do that? Remove that.
Okay. So you have all the tables from Global Superstore, customer, delivery
Yeah,
location, orders, and products.
yeah,
These four tables are there with you.
yeah. Customer delivery equipment, products, return products, stock data. I have these.
Orders you have.
Orders are not there.
That append we did in yesterday's class. That table you need to have.
Okay, okay. Give me some time.
You might have given some other name to the table.
Okay, I'll check.
Yeah. So first of all, let me know if you have all these tables ready with you. If no, then we will have to get the tables ready. That is, orders table consists of appending the four tables, order 16, 17, 18, and 19. So that append we have done. So you need to make sure that orders table is present, which is append of four tables, and products, customers, delivery locations are the other table.
Vaidehi, I have orders table, but the fields are different, Vaidehi.
What are the fields?
Um, no, no, no. Actually, there is a scroll, but okay, Vaidehi, got it, got it. Sorry, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Vaidehi, to get yesterday's work, did we have to save this file as PBIDS or
You can
PBIX?
no, you can actually open yesterday's Power BI workbook also. That is also fine. Do you
I
have you
mean, I
saved
had closed
yesterday's
it
file?
completely.
Did you save yesterday's file?
Yes, I remember saving PBIX file, but I'm not getting it here. I mean, let me check once again. I had to save PBIX file, right?
No, oh yeah, PBIX, normal Power BI file.
Okay.
By the way, actually, which files we need to have for this modeling? Stock data and
Uh, no, only Global Superstore.
actually all those previous data I have not saved.
So yesterday's work you did not save.
Yes, I have not saved.
Okay, then you will have to connect to those files again because that is what we are going to work now. So you need to connect to those four CSV files, append them together, and then connect to the Excel file.
Okay, four CSV files means 2016, 17, 18 data you are talking about.
Correct. That one.
Okay.
Vaidehi, this order ID in the order and products,
Mm-hmm.
product ID in the products is automatically connected to you, right?
No, product ID from both the tables. It should be same column from the two tables.
Yeah, it is automatically connected. You have just dragged it by the now.
Uh, yeah, it is automatically connected. I have manually done connection between delivery locations and orders. So between these
But
two tables, I have connected city ID and location ID
for
because the
me,
name of the column was the same.
yeah, yeah, sorry, Vaidehi. For
Yeah,
me,
please go.
this order ID is not connected to product ID, Vaidehi.
You don't have to connect order ID to product ID. You have to connect product ID to product ID. See on my screen. How can you connect order and product ID together? Both are different columns, no? So what is the common column? Product ID in both the tables.
For me, that is also not connected, Vaidehi.
Then drag it and connect. Drag product ID from here and drop it over here.
For me,
Connect
it
it
is
manually.
showing two Vaidehi. Actually, one is product ID one, one is other is product ID two.
Mm, okay. Okay. Here. Let's do one thing. I
Yeah.
think either you all have, I mean, most of you seems to have not saved the yesterday's work or might have corrupted yesterday's data. So let's do it from scratch. I'll
Okay,
open a
that
fresh
will be
workbook.
fine.
And now, from today onwards, please save the data because we are going to work on Global Superstore only. So, in every class, connecting to the data and starting will be difficult for us. So, from today onwards, save your Power BI file and start working in the same file. Okay. So, let me open a fresh file here. Just give me a moment.
Ma'am, if we have saved it, then also we have to open a new notebook.
No. If it is only for those who are not able to connect. If you if you are able to do the modeling part, we have to start from there itself.
Okay.
Okay, so there are total 5 files in the Global Superstore folder, and we have to connect to all those 5 files. So I will start with connecting to the Excel workbook. Name of the Excel workbook is globalsuperstore.xls. Open.
Sorry, Vaidehi. For me, only the issue is with the products only, Vaidehi. Actually, all the files are available with me. Yesterday, those last four characters of that order ID, I have made it in a separate column. That's the only thing for me.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So from the Excel file, we have to connect to all the 4 tables. We click on transform data. Let us quickly check whether the tables are all correct or not. So for written products, we can see that the column headers are not correct. So I will say use first row as headers. For products, again use first row as headers. Rest all is fine. Delivery locations also first row as header. And for customers, also same thing. Make sure your data types are all correct. So for me, date of birth is not correct. So I'll change the locale. This is something we had done yesterday. India. Okay. Now we will connect to the CSV files one by one. So there are 4 CSV files: 16, 17, 18, and 19. Connect to all of them. And then since all the 4 files have same data, um, we will do append. So I'll go to append queries, append as new. More than 3 tables: 16, 17, 18, and 19. I'll give the name to this table as orders.
Vaidehi, in customers table, I changed the date of birth data type to date, but I'm
Mhm.
getting errors in some of the rows.
Okay,
I'm
don't change
getting
the data
error.
type, because this change has to be done only if your data type is not correctly read. So like for me in this case,
Hmm.
ship date is ABC. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to change it. If your data
Uh,
type is correct, there's no need to change it.
Actually, it is
So
ABC
your
for date of birth. Data type is ABC.
initially
That's why.
initially initially when
Sorry.
you created it, initially when you connected to it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so don't change it to date. Click here,
Uh, hmm.
using locale. Use the option called as using locale.
Yeah. Okay.
Then change, delete that step which you have applied.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So change this
Got
to
it.
date, and here change the locale to India.
Yes. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so some unwanted columns got added in my data. If they are got added to yours, you have to delete them. Just check whether the data types are all fine or not. Numeric, especially the numeric columns, date columns. Okay, I will enable these files, uncheck the enable load, so that I don't want these tables to be reflected on my Power BI desktop. And one more thing which we did here was a merge. So we merged return products with orders. Merged orders and return products. Select two column, order ID, product ID. Here also order ID and product ID. Click OK. We will expand it and add the column return status. Okay. Then what we had done was replace the null values with sold. So null was replaced with sold. That's it. I will uncheck the enable load for return products also. Okay. So I hope everybody is now on the same page with me. The data is ready for everyone. Anybody still struggling with it? Get it cleared right now.
Yeah, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Actually, while I am doing merging,
Mm-hmm.
at the time of merging in orders column and in return products column,
Mm-hmm.
in orders column it is order ID, and in return products column it is order ID returned.
Correct.
So should I merge that or
Correct. So you have to merge on two columns. One is order ID and
mer-
other is product ID. Select two
okay,
columns. Like here you can see order ID, product ID. Again here order ID, product ID. Two columns are selected.
okay.
Okay, I hope this is done for everyone. Shall we move ahead now? Okay, so now I'm going to do close and apply. Once this is done, go to the model tab and just try to observe how the tables are connected to each other. Go to the model tab and try to observe the relations between the tables. So you have orders, customers. So orders and customers is automatically connected because the column name is same. Oh, sorry. Here my product table is not correct. There is some problem with my product table. Let me quickly check in the transform tab. Yeah, now it is fine. Now product table and orders table relation is also automatically detected because product ID is the common column. See, and here we have delivery locations. Okay, now delivery locations and orders will not get automatically connected. Why? Because there is a common column city ID and here it is location ID. So both the columns are similar, but their names are not similar, and that's why Power BI is not able to recognize the connection between them. Okay, so how to resolve this? Just click on city ID from here and drag and drop it on the location ID. That's it. And the connection will be automatically established. Okay. Let me know once you're done with the modeling.
Vaidehi, I do not have location ID in my orders table.
Then what
What
column do
could be
you
the
have?
reason?
Try to scroll down properly and try to search.
Hmm, okay, got it. Sorry.
Okay.
Vaidehi, I'm not able to understand the concept of modeling. Like why we
Yeah,
are
yeah, I'll
connecting
come to that.
city ID.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll come to that. So right now we are just doing it practically and then we'll see the meaning behind it. So I just want a quick heads up that everybody has done this part. There are 4 tables which we have to connect based on the common columns. So 3 of them will automatically get connected, and location delivery locations and orders we have to manually connect.
Vaidehi, can you please check my screen? Actually, I think I have wrongly added some other columns as well.
Yeah, sure. One second, let me make you presenter. Yeah, please share your screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Can you see it now?
yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Can you click on manage relationships, which is there on the top
One second.
in the center?
Dishan?
Manage relationship. It's in the center.
Center.
Manage
No,
relationships.
no, I'm not getting that
There is
option.
a button called as manage relationship, which is almost in the center. On the left side is refresh and transform data. Right side is new measure. Between that,
One
manage
second.
relationships. It's there on the existing screen itself.
I'm not getting that actually.
Tenth
On the
button
left side
from
of
the starting.
yeah,
Beside
thanks a lot.
refresh. Beside refresh.
Which screen currently you can see? My Power BI screen or go to screen?
Power BI.
Okay.
Right side of refresh. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Correct.
Okay. 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 Got it. Got it.
Okay, so now this is for everyone. The relationships which we have created by dragging, we can view them here also. Okay, so now we are just trying to see. First one is order returns, customer ID and customer ID from customer table. Correct. Order returns product ID, products product ID. Orders customer ID, customers. What is order returns and orders? Are these two different tables?
No, orders is the more that offend file.
Okay, and what is order returns?
Order returns, I think that was already existed in that there.
Okay, so can you uncheck those order returns one first two? So there is something called as active. Yeah. So just uncheck that. That's it. And click on new. We will add one more relation which is missing from here. New. Okay, from the
Okay.
first you select orders
Okay.
and here select location ID and here delivery locations. Correct. Second is delivery locations. So here city ID and from the about table location ID. You will have to scroll right.
Location ID and city ID.
Correct.
Now I will click OK.
Yes. Okay. Now your relations are perfect.
Okay. So should I close this now? Or any? Oh,
Yeah, you can close this. Okay, perfect then. All set.
okay.
Okay. I hope
Okay.
it is set for everyone. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All good, everybody? Any challenges? Okay, great. Superb. So now let us understand the concept of this modeling or creating relationships. Okay. So basically, uh, we did something called as merge. So what does merge do? Merge will identify the common column between two tables and it will connect the two tables together, right? Now what happens is that if you look at the customer table and orders table, so in the orders table there are total 51,000 transactions are there, right? And these transactions are performed by different customers. Let's say we have in our data we have total 17,000 customers are there. Now if I want to combine the orders information with the customer information, like if I want the data from two different tables, so if we do a merge on it, then what will happen, that information gets repeated. So if you remember yesterday we did the yesterday or day before yesterday we did the example on global cafe sales. Okay, so at that time if you have noticed that product and franchisee tables, we try to merge them together with the sales table, right? So the information about franchisee, information about product will get repeated as with equal to the number of transactions in our transaction table or fact table. Okay, so it is always a good practice to not merge the tables unless and until it is required or it is suitable. Like for example, return products was there was no information getting repeated in terms of return products, right? Only those which were returned or replaced, that value was getting added, and the ones which were neither replaced or returned, null was getting added. right? And that's why it was not causing any issue to our data. There was no redundant data or repeated data getting created, right? So that's why we did a merge on return products and orders. But if you try to merge customers, or if you try to merge delivery locations, the information will get duplicated multiple times, right? And our data will become too huge, right? So to avoid that, we what do we do is we build relationships like this. So we are telling Power BI that these tables are connected to each other. So whenever I want information from two different tables, like I want to see country wise sales, so sales is in which table? Orders table. Whereas country is in which table? Delivery location table. So when we want to combine two tables together, Power BI will internally do a small join on the two tables and will give you the information, right? No need to no need to merge them. We can just establish the relationships between them. Okay, so that's what is a very important aspect of data modeling, where we can merge the where we can build a relation between two tables, two or more tables, and we can bring the data from multiple tables into our charts. Is this clear to everyone? Any questions, any doubts? Is the concept of data modeling clear? Why we created relationships?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
And can you repeat here once again?
So merging, basically, when you merge two tables, the data gets repeated. Okay, whenever there is a fact table and dimension table, like customers and orders. So orders is our fact table or transactional table. So for each transaction, what happens is that the dimension information, that is customer information, will get repeated if you do a merge. So instead of merge, what we are doing here is we are building relationships between the tables, where we are telling Power BI that these tables are related to each other, and we can bring data from these different tables into our charts. Okay, so that is the concept of data modeling. Okay, creating relationships. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, so in this way, what happens that the data or the table remains independent. Okay, customer table and order table are two independent tables. Only when we want to bring information from two tables together, Power BI will internally do it. We don't have to bother about it. We are just told Power BI that these tables are related to each other. That's it. Okay. So now with this, let us solve some examples.
Vaidehi,
Hmm.
where will this all transformation will be shown in the same tab transform data?
Which transformations?
Like we
We are
are
not.
building the relationships.
These are data modeling. This is not data transformation. Data transformation was done in the transform tab, that is Power Query Editor. Now we are in Power Pivot, that is we are doing data modeling. So we are on the next component, Power Pivot component.
Okay,
Getting it?
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now this all relationships and all data modeling has to be done only if your data is distributed across multiple tables. If your data is in single table, then you don't have to worry about all this. Okay, this will come into picture only if your data is distributed across multiple tables, and in that case you will have to choose whether you need a merge, you need a append, or you need data modeling. So append is very clear, simple. When there are multiple tables with the same information, we will do append. That is straightforward. But when to do a merge and a relationship, that is something little tricky. So whenever the information is not getting repeated multiple times, or it's a very like return products and orders, right? So those two tables were almost similar to each other. Both in both the tables, it was transactional information, right? So at that time we did a merge. But when we wanted to connect customers and orders, we did a relationship or data modeling, because in that case one was transactional data and one was dimension data, right? And we did not wanted that the dimension information to get repeated. That's why we are choosing relation over here. Okay, I hope this is clear. So before going to example, let us quickly solve some question, some multiple choice questions. 2 3 questions are there. Let's answer them. So the first one is, what is the risk of having null values in a numeric column? So if your numeric column has null values, what are the challenges?
And
What
average of the data is incorrect.
will be incorrect? Correct. So sum and max won't get impacted, but average will get impacted. Correct. Next, if you have two queries that have different data but the same column headers, you want to combine the tables together into one query with all the combined rows, which operation you should perform?
Offend?
Append. Correct. So what it is mentioned, same column headers means append. Next, which of the following selections are not best practices for naming conventions in Power BI? Naming convention means, let's say your column headers are having some incorrect names or abbreviated names, right? Or there are underscores in the names, so that are not the good way of naming your columns, right? So what is the right to which of the things should not be used or should be replaced?
Replace values that have integers with the human details result. The third one,
Human
ma'am.
no.
No, abbreviated column names.
Abbreviated column. So if your column names are abbreviated, okay. So instead of writing name, it is NME or NM. Then in that case, you should give the right readable name, because the
Actually,
names
I
of your
think
column.
someone has unmuted his mic. Actually, we cannot hear it properly.
Okay, so column giving right names to the column is very very important. Why? Because these column names will come in your chart, right? And that's why giving right names to the column is very important. Okay. Okay, now we have started with the data modeling part. That is something we have already discussed. Yeah, so start with some examples. So start with the first one. Which market? Now, first of all, find what is market. What are the values in the column market? That is what we have not seen yet. Okay, so what are the different markets in which our products are sold? Try to find the names of the markets.
There are five
Ma'am,
markets, I guess: Africa, Asia Pacific,
Correct.
Europe, Latin, and USCA.
Yes, Latin America
ma'am
and
also
US. Correct. Okay, so now tell me the answer. Which market has received maximum number of orders?
Asia
So much.
Pacific, ma'am.
Asia Pacific. Correct. So which field did you bring to the chart? One is market and second field is,
Sum of sales.
no, we don't want sales. We want number, total number of orders, maximum number of orders.
Vaidehi, do we have to add the another relationship to find it out?
No, we already have the relation between delivery locations and orders. We already have that.
Then how to calculate?
So that's what my question is, that which field you will bring. Think about it.
Ma'am, market and order ID.
Yes, correct. But now we want a number of orders. So which aggregation should you apply to that?
Count of order ID.
Count
Count
of
of order
order.
ID.
Not count of, count distinct. Because one order can have multiple products, so it may get repeated. So what we need to bring is count
Okay,
distinct. Okay,
count
so let's try to
distinct.
solve this one. Yeah. So we can create a simple bar chart in this case. So I'm going to create a cluster column chart, and here we are going to bring market. Market goes to the x-axis. Market goes to the x-axis, and count of orders goes to the y-axis. And count of orders. So orders is from orders table. So we'll bring order ID to the y-axis, but we will have to. It is already giving us count. We will change it to count distinct because orders might be repeated. Okay. Okay. Now let's go for the next one. Next one is which month year together. Okay. So like April 2012, like that. So which month year showed the lowest profit? So looking at the data, tell me which two fields we need here. One is profit, obviously. Other field will be,
It will be in orders.
orders table, correct? So
Ship
one field is
date.
profit and another field is not ship date, it will be
Or-
order date.
order date.
Okay, order date.
Correct.
Yeah,
It will
order
be
date.
order date. Correct. Okay, so tell me the answer. Which year, month? Drill up and drill down options
July
we have seen, right? Yeah, what is the
Yes,
answer?
ma'am. July
2016.
2016.
July 2016.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Correct. Okay, let us solve this. Okay, so for this one, we will create a line chart because we are viewing something over a period of time. So date, we need order date, we need year and month. So I will remove quarter and day from here, and we need profit. So lowest profit was July 2016.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
Question was which month year saw the lowest profit? So we have dragged year, month, order date to the x-axis and profit to the y-axis.
Which chart you have taken, Vaidehi?
Line chart.
Second or first option, Vaidehi?
This first line chart.
Oh,
Second row, first chart.
but for me it is showing zigzag lines, Vaidehi.
Just check here what do you have year and month. So if it is, you will have to drill up otherwise. So make sure you are drilling it down to month level and
Yeah, yeah,
not the day
okay.
level.
Yeah, yeah, I have not drilled. Okay, Vaidehi, yeah, yeah, fine.
Yeah. Okay. Now solve the third one. Display sales and profits by product categories.
Whether can we choose the metrics here to show the profit and sales?
Metrics you can select clustered column chart. Cluster column chart will also work good, and matrix will matrix no table because there is only one categorical field, so table is sufficient.
It's technology, office supplies, and furniture, na Vaidehi?
Correct. So which one has maximum sales and which one has maximum profits?
I think
Maximum,
technology has maximum sales.
yeah,
And
both
maximum
are for
profit also,
technology.
yes. And which has lowest profit and lowest sales?
Lowest profit is of furniture and sales is of supplies.
Office supplies, correct,
Yeah.
perfect. So let us solve this. So I'm going to create a clustered column chart here. like this. And we are going to select category from products table, sales and profit. Okay, like this. Okay, now let's go for the next one. Next question is, how many products were returned? Find out the number of products those were returned. Okay, and what are the total shipping expenses on return products? So first of all, which two fields we need here to find the return product return status?
And shipping cost.
Shipping cost and return status, and how to find a number of products returned?
Count of
Count the
return.
return products.
Count of return products. Okay, you can actually bring count of product ID also, that will also work there. So what is the answer? Can you tell me the numbers?
472, ma'am.
4729. No, 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 that's not the answer.
472.
4. No, number of
72.
products returned. I want the number of products that were returned.
I'm 1 5 something.
No.
Is it 509?
509 is the right answer.
Five
Correct.
509.
Correct. So what we will do, we can create a simple table here in this case because we just want the numbers. We don't have to compare anything. That's why table will help us. When we have to compare the result, then line chart or bar chart gives us a better understanding when we want to compare something. So we just want the numbers. So we are going to select return status. Okay, and I'm going to bring here number of products or product ID, and I'll change it to count no, not distinct, only count, because we want the repeated counts also. So 509 is the answer for returned products. And if you want to find the shipping cost, we'll just have to bring shipping cost to the chart. That's it. So 15,722 is the total shipping cost.
Vaidehi, one doubt, Vaidehi. How can
Mhm.
we understand that which chart to be selected? Is there any?
um See, that will come with practice, one thing. Second thing is, let's say, if you want to view something over a period of time, go for line chart. If you have categorical data, go for bar chart. Okay, now in this case, we just wanted to check the numbers. We didn't wanted to compare that, which products were, what is more, replaced products or return products, which is more. Okay, so more products were returned or more products were replaced. So we want to compare the numbers. Then in that case, bar chart will be better because we can quickly compare the height of the bars and tell the answer. But if we have numbers, then we cannot compare it so easily, right? So depending on the requirement, you have to select the right chart. So when you just want to answer it, if you want totals, so totals are very easily obtained in the table chart. Okay, so in that case, you can use a table chart. Slowly you will
Yeah.
get used to it. So right till now we have not solved much of examples on charts. We are mostly working on Power Query. So that's why you might be finding it a little overwhelming. So maybe in another 2 3 sessions, when we work more on the charts, you will get more used to choosing the chart also.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Vaidehi.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Vaidehi, actually, I am getting a error here.
Yeah. Okay, what is the error?
Can display the visual.
Okay, please share your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Here I have already chosen uh, shipping cost and return status. And while I am clicking on product ID, it is showing some error like can display the visual.
Okay, change the product ID to count of product ID.
How can
Select
I do
product
that?
ID. Select product
Okay.
ID first.
Uh-huh.
Click on the checkbox.
Okay.
Okay, now there is one drop down next to product ID. Can you see that in the columns? Yes. And then change it to count.
Okay. Why should I change it to count? What is the need actually?
Because we are counting the number of products which were returned. If you don't change it to count, it will give you the list of all the products. Because product ID is a categorical field and not a numeric field.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay. Now next one.
I'm getting the same
Next,
number in count of product ID.
what happened? You are not getting the number.
Uh, yes, ma'am. 3788. I'm getting the in all the three return
Then check your
role.
relationships. Check your relationship between the product table and orders table. That might not be set. That's why you're getting that answer. Okay. Others can go for the next question. For items shipped in July 2016, what percent of sales were sent by standard class? Okay, so this question we will slightly modify because we have not learned a couple of things in this. Um, okay, forget this one. Just uh, don't solve this one and go for the next. Find product subcategory which has negative profit in all segments with the help of a bar chart. So now we need two categories. One is subcategory and one is segment. And we have to compare profit across subcategories across segments and using a bar chart. So cluster column chart is what you have to create.
The negative profit is for tables.
Tables in all the three segments. Correct.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, my issue is not resolving.
Okay. Can you please share your screen? Uh, One second. Can you go to
Can you
the
see my
model?
screen, ma'am?
Can you go to the model tab? Can you hover over the one that product ID relation? Okay. Okay. Can you go back to the report? Okay, you are bringing the wrong product ID. You have to bring product ID from the orders table and not from the products table.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's solve this one. Product category. Just give me a second. Okay, sorry. So let's solve this one. Find product subcategory which has negative profit in all the segments. Okay. So here, and it is already mentioned, use bar chart. So I'm going to use cluster column chart over here. And we are going to select segment is what we need. And we need, sorry, I will select subcategory because I want subcategory on the x axis. Now again, it is up to you how you want to visualize it. negative profit, so profit will go on the y-axis. So tables is there, but we want to check whether segments also. So I'm going to bring segment to the legend. And here we get the answers that for table subcategory in all the segments, the profits were negative. Okay. If you switch segment and subcategory to, segment to the x-axis and subcategory to the legend, that is also okay. But then the chart will have like multiple individual bars, so the view or the look of the chart will not be so nice. So that's why, since segment has lesser number of values, we are putting it on legend, and subcategory has more number of values, so we are putting it on x-axis. So that's what we have to choose depending on the view, how we want the view to be. Okay. So now quickly solve these last two examples. Solve them together and then we will discuss it. So I'll give you exactly 3 to 4 minutes. Quickly solve them. So here, don't go for the first part. Directly go for the next part. Which category products were sold with maximum percent discount?
So it is office supplies,
Which category with
office
maximum
supplies with maximum. Okay, some of them.
average discount? Correct. So, but discount should be average. Huh? Discount
Yeah,
field,
yeah,
you
yeah.
cannot do sum of discount. It is always average.
No, then it
Zero
is
point one
furniture.
seven it is.
Then it's
Furniture.
furniture. It's maximum.
Furniture is the right answer. Correct. And go for the last one also.
Europe is for the lowest average discount.
No, I didn't get you. Which one? Europe. Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. And the last part of second part of it.
I'm doing it. Just a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Point 0.16.
0.16. Yes, correct. Okay, let us solve these two examples quickly. So what is the question? Which category products were sold with maximum percent discount? Okay, so here here we can either select table or bar chart. Anything is fine. I'll go for bar chart. We need category and discount. Discount should be average. Okay, so we can clearly see that furniture category was offered maximum discount. Okay, that's the first one. And second one is it is on discount only, so I'll make change in the same table. Which market received lowest average discount across all customer segments? Okay, so let me create another one better. So I'm going to create a cluster column chart again. And here we will bring market and segment. So I'm going to bring here market on the x-axis, discount, so average discount on the y-axis. Okay, and what do we need is segment. So segment will go on the legend. So we can clearly see that Europe has lowest average discount across all the segments. And consumer segment is light blue color. So consumer segment in African market received 0.16 discount. So sorry, it will be if you do it 16%. If you convert it to percentage, it will be 16%. Okay, is this clear to everyone? Both the questions?
Yes.
Vedi, what is the better way to predict this last question? Can we do it by table?
You can do it by table, but then you'll have to compare the numbers. So the challenge is that if there is even smallest change in the numbers, it will be difficult. If the numbers are bigger, then it's difficult to compare them. So whenever you have to compare, avoid tables. Generally avoid
Okay.
tables.
Okay.
Vaidhi, could you exchange market and segment whether that is correct or not?
Yeah, that can also be done. So
Yeah.
market, sorry, segment on the x-axis.
X-axis and the legend market, Vaidhi.
Right, segment on the x-axis and market on the legend. Fine. But then now, if you want to compare Europe, see it is you will have to find Europe from here and then like find the smallest one. Right?
Oh,
So this can also be done across segments. You are trying to find the smallest one and it is orange color, that is Europe. Makes sense.
okay. Okay.
Okay. I hope these things are clear to you all. So today we have seen how to model the data. So now tomorrow's class, this same example, example is going to be the same one, but how we can like this is also part of Power Pivot only. So we are going to explore the data tab tomorrow. Okay, and how we can structure the columns or how we can make our columns more add some more properties to our columns using the data tab, and then how this chart will become little more readable than the one which is right now. That's what we are going to see in tomorrow's class. Okay, Monday's class, sorry, in Monday's class we are going to work on the data tab. Okay.
Vaidhi, we can save this data just by Control S or anything needs to be
Yes.
done,
No,
Vaidhi?
no, just go to file menu and save as. I mean, if you're saving it for the first time, save as.
Okay.
Ma'am, tomorrow class is there.
No, tomorrow, no. Directly on Monday now. Okay. So let's stop here for today.
Yeah. Good night, ma'am.
Yeah, good night. Have a great weekend.
Good night,
Good night,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, Vaidehi. Good night.
Yeah, good night.